Oh, man. What a clown Andrew Tate is, dude. What an absolute clown this guy is. So he does a little podcast interview on Rumble, and the cope and just the overall boo-hoo-hoo and wow that I am hearing, I find it all very hilarious. I really do. Because this is a guy that has marketed himself in several different ways, right? But one of the big pitches from Andrew Tate has been, I'm this loud, brash, alpha male. What color is your Bugatti, man? Top G. 4-time kickboxing champ, apparently. Padded record, by the way. Goes out there and gets absolutely humiliated and embarrassed by Chase Demoor. Not Mike Tyson. Not Floyd Mayweather. Not Khamzat Chimaev. Not Alex Pineda. Not Francis Ngannou. Not Tom Aspinall. Not Tyson Fury. Not Anthony Joshua. Chase Demoor. Chase Demoor is responsible for exposing Andrew Tate as a complete fraud when it comes to the fight game. The guy is an absolute clown. He has marketed himself along with this big persona that Andrew Tate has. One of the big pitches from him is he's some certified badass when it comes to the fight game. That could not be further from the truth. It is absolute nonsense, man. This guy is acting like he lost to some legit fighter. He's acting like he went out there and fought some guy with real skills. There's no question, in my opinion, that Andrew Tate is more skilled than Chase Demoor. But is he the better fighter? Well, obviously not. He lost. He gassed after a few rounds, and Chase Demoor, he was hanging on me. He was tiring me out. Isn't that called strategy? Making a guy carry your weight, getting dirty in the clinch. Don't we see that all the time in combat sports? Don't we see that all the time in boxing? You know Chase Demoor is not very skilled, right, Andrew? I mean, he's a big, tall guy. Fast, explosive, young, hungry, right? He's in there training at least, right? We got to give Chase that much, right? He's in there competing consistently. And Chase Demoor has this rare ability where, people say I rip on Chase Demoor a lot. I mean, I just don't think he's that skilled. But again, he's athletic, he's big, strong, and explosive. And what I think is the most impressive is from fight to fight, normally you see improvements with certain guys. I don't see any improvements from Chase Demoor. This guy has not improved whatsoever. Look at the shots that this guy's throwing, man. Now, granted, maybe it's tightened things up just a smidge, right? Maybe I'm being a little bit harsh, right? But this guy's out here posting things like this. 99.9% of 40-year-old men with $700 million sit around with whores. I could have done the same and talked shit on the internet and took no risks and just lived easy. In my heart, I knew I'm too old. I knew I'd been out too long. That's why I had to do it, to face fear. I can't live scared. I have to know I faced it. I lost fair and square. Chase is a true champion, a warrior. I'm proud of him. He deserves that belt. This guy, he's giving Chase Demoor his credit. Oh, no excuses, but then he's going to sit there and say, I knew I'd been out too long. In my heart, I knew I'm too old. This guy turns everything into some sort of marketing spin pitch. That's what Andrew Tate does, man. This guy is an absolute clown. He was selling people on the fact that he is some sort of outstanding fighter, which is clearly not the case. Now, we've seen sparring videos going around where Andrew Tate does look skilled. He's beating up on guys that clearly have no sort of experience. And one of the things that I said in my recap, which I'll link down below if you want to check that out after he lost to Chase, was how many big guys were you really seeing him spar? Guys that had a similar build to prepare him for a guy like Chase Demoor. Right, and his little fan base out here, they're coping like, oh, well, what do you know, man? In the fight game, man, we see all the time when fighters lose, they get their egos hurt, man. Like fighters, obviously, got egos. This isn't a team sport. You're getting in there and it's all on you. The loss is on you. The win is on you. And it's a lot to deal with as a fighter. So fighters, of course, have this delusion. You have to. But to go out there and think that, make no mistake about it, Andrew Tate took this matchup with Chase Demoor, because I know Andrew's a part of Misfits now and all those things. He took this matchup because he saw what literally everybody basically saw, was the fact that if Andrew Tate has any bit of skill, like he's leading everyone to believe, which I still do think he has some sort of skill, he was supposed to run over Chase Demoor. That's exactly why he took this boxing match. That's exactly why. That's why he didn't fight Jake Paul. That's why he didn't fight any of these other guys. Because he had doubts in his mind about, well, I'm a little older. How skilled am I actually? Goes out there, thinks Chase Demoor is easy work, and gets absolutely humiliated. Completely backfires. And every bit that he's giving credit, he's giving credit to Chase Demoor. And Chase earned the victory, right? He goes out there, right? Again, I don't think he's skilled whatsoever, but he's a good athlete. And at least he had the cardio to go for 6 rounds. Andrew Tate gassed after only a few rounds, man. Only a few rounds. And in the interviews talking like, man, I didn't have plans for months. I was just fully locked in on this thing, and this is all I could think about. I don't believe it. Andrew Tate, with the platform that he has, with the name that he has, the celebrity, superstar, whatever you want to call it, status that this guy has, intentionally selected Chase Demoor as his next opponent because he thought it was a layup. He thought it was a layup. So I'm going to come back, easily beat this guy, and then now I get in there, shake off the rust a little bit, I get back on the scene, and right because Andrew Tate, he was kind of fading off a little bit over the past few years, man. Remember a few years ago, he was everywhere where it kind of drew back a little bit now. And this was kind of his step back out into relevancy per se, right? And, he's in the boxing world, and now it's time to put up or shut up, right? You've been telling people basically you're the certified badass. You're a great fighter. You're a kickboxer. People say, oh, well, he's a kickboxer, not a boxer. You should still beat Chase Demoor. And when you're a kickboxer, you practice the art of boxing as well. So these idiots out there that don't know anything about combat sport, he fought a boxer. Chase Demoor ain't a boxer, dog. Why are people giving Chase Demoor so much credit? He beat Andrew Tate, and yes, he has a great gas tank, but what people are doing is they're now trying to elevate Chase Demoor when they weren't doing it before just because Andrew Tate lost. Andrew Tate got brutally exposed, and he's a clown. He's a clown. I don't know what else you want me to say, man. Like, people are literally sitting out here. They're defending Andrew Tate. They're rushing his defenses. They're saying, yeah, man, he was old. When you market yourself the way Andrew has, you say that you're some sort of certified badass. You're a 4-time kickboxing champion, and he posts all this sparring footage of sparring 100 men and not taking a round off and dropping people all over the place. And you go out there against a pink glove, Chase Demoor, who's throwing punches like this. You didn't fight Mike Tyson. You didn't fight Francis Ngannou. You boxed Chase Demoor, and you lost. That's why Andrew Tate is having such a difficult time dealing with this. He thought that this was an absolute layup, and this has become a stock-crushing blow and a brutal exposure of the fraud when it comes to the fight game that is Andrew Tate.